Hi Internet, Adrian from Stack here with another video on the non-existent sends and returns in instrument racks and how one might get around this slight annoyance. Now, all of this stuff is available for free, including the sounds that you're hearing. So go to stacksounds.com and go and grab it for yourself. In the previous video, we looked at an instrument rack that was pre-made with the send and return setup already in it. There's still a little bit of routing to do, but it was all pre-made. In this one, we're looking at just the audio effect rack on its own, the send and return itself, and how you would include it into your own instrument rack. Anyway, that's enough chit-chat. Let's crack on into it. Giddy up, people. Let's ride on. Okay, so here we have an instrument rack consisting of 2 chains of bass and strings, both sounds available for free at Stack Sounds. I am dropping the Stack instrument rack send itself into the empty section. It's created the new chain for us, obviously, and I've renamed it to return so we can follow. You can see here as I open up the rack that we have 6 chains. And each one of those is already mapped to the send controller. So it makes sense that if you've got 2 chains in your instrument rack, that you'll only need 2 chains for this particular send return setup. So we've gone and deleted all of those, and we're leaving the 2 macro knobs that we need for those 2 chains. Now we're going to go grab another preset of ours called a Shimmery Verbalicious, and we've dropped it straight in. Now we just need to map the chains themselves into the sidechain input. So I've gone to the sidechain input of chain number 1. The instrument rack that I've chosen is the one we're in, and then I'm going and choosing a post mixer of the first chain, which is the bass. So we drop that in like so. We go to chain 2, same thing, from audio from the instrument rack. And then from chain number 2, which is the strings, post mixer makes the most sense. All right, so if we go and have a look at chain 1, I move the macro up, it moves the gain control of the 2 chains there. So that's all working as we would expect. We've got our Verbalicious on, and we're now playing some sounds, and we can turn up our send and hear the lovely Verbalicious effect that we're getting there on the bass. So we can turn that obviously up and down and do the same for the strings, and you can see and hear the effect that we're getting. So it's a really nice way to be able to add your effects into an instrument rack without the changing of a wet control, which is never the same. All right, now we can then go and map these to the macros in the instrument rack if we wish. Would make sense if you're going to play these out live in particular, which is why I had always done that in the past. And so now we've got control of all of that there inside the instrument rack itself. Beautiful. All right, as I said, all of this stuff is available at stacksounds.com, so fill your boots and enjoy.